President Park Geun-hye departs for summits at the UN, where she will highlight diplomatic and reunification efforts on the Korean Peninsula. Animals at the nation's zoos are getting into the spirit of the Chuseok Thanksgiving holiday and enjoying Korean traditional holiday treats. And the government will privatize a host of businesses like golf resorts and saunas, now under the control of local public corporations. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, September 25th. I'm Luke Clary. President Park Geun-hye will depart for the United States on Friday to attend the UN Development Summit and UN General Assembly. She plans to explain to the international community Korea's diplomatic efforts to bring global co-prosperity and peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula.
President Park Geun-hye departs for New York City on Friday to attend the 70th UN General Assembly. She is slated to give a keynote address at the UN Development Summit on Saturday night, Korean time. President Park plans to demonstrate her willingness to make contributions to the international community with Korea's growth experience. This year's Development Summit will adopt a set of developmental cooperation guidelines for the global community, which will be in place for the next 15 years. On Monday, September 28th, she will attend the Climate Change Summit luncheon to introduce policy measures that will help kick off a new climate system. On the following day, September 29th, President Park is scheduled to give a keynote address at the UN General Assembly and attend the UN Peace Summit co-chaired by U.S. President Barack Obama and UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon.
한반도 평화 통일과 동북아 문제에 대해서도 국제사회의 이해를 높이고 지지를 확보하기 위한 심도 깊은 논의가 될 것이라고 생각합니다.
President Park will also actively engage in various diplomatic activities at the UN, which includes holding bilateral talks with the leaders of Denmark and Pakistan.
Fruits are always in high demand during the Chuseok holiday period. Now that the holiday weekend is just a day away, it's nice to see that this year's agreeable weather has made the fruit harvest unusually sweet.
An apple orchard is awash in sunshine as harvesting gets underway. Reflected from plastic sheets placed on the ground, the sunlight makes the apples even redder and more luscious. Pear farmers also have their hands full harvesting their produce. About 30% of pears produced annually are consumed during this time of year. A sweetness test of randomly chosen fruit showed that apples measured as high as 16 degrees Brix in sweetness level, while pears were up to 14 Brix units. A nationwide survey of the sweetness levels of apples revealed that this year apples measured 14.8 degrees Brix on average, the highest level since 2010. Pears measured 13.4 degrees Brix on average, the highest since 2000. Fruits this year are unusually sweet thanks to the ample amount of sunshine last summer, recording a combined 580 hours in June, July, and August, up 15% from previous years.
광합성하면서 동화산물로 많이 축적되게 된 거죠. 그러면서 이제 과일에 이런 성분들이 축적되면서 당으로 전환돼 가지고 고당도 과실들이 되게 된 겁니다.
Consumers will likely be able to enjoy plenty of delicious fruits at affordable prices during this year's Chuseok holiday, which is observed later than usual.
Many people spend a lot of time behind the wheel during the Chuseok holiday, traveling far away to visit their families. Driving for an extended period of time in one position puts strain on the lower back and increases the risk of a herniated disc. Here are some tips to avoid and relieve lower back pain.
Those traveling to their hometowns over the Chuseok holiday are likely to drive their cars for long hours. When stuck in traffic, it's physically draining to sit in the car for a long time.
운전을 오래 하다 보면 허리가 조금 뻐근하고 어깨도 이제 결리고 해서 그게 제일 힘듭니다.
This man in his 30s, whose sales job requires him to drive often, recently underwent surgery for a herniated lumbar disc. One of the cushion-like discs that ease the pressure between bones on the spinal column protruded to press on his nerves. Last year, there were almost 2.1 million patients suffering from herniated discs, up 20% from 4 years ago. Drivers should take care to prevent herniated lumbar discs when driving long distances during the Chuseok holiday. When a person is in a sitting position for a long time, pressure is put on the spine, causing damage to the lumbar discs. To relieve the pressure on the lower back while driving, one should set the seat's reclining angle at 110 degrees and push their buttocks all the way back to the fold of the seat. Also, drivers are advised to stop from time to time at rest stops and lightly stretch their backs and limbs to loosen tense and knotted muscles.
Animals at the nation's zoos are also celebrating Chuseok, enjoying Korean traditional holiday treats. Take a look.
Giraffes flock to a tray filled with newly harvested fruits and fresh vegetables. It's a Chuseok holiday meal prepared for the family of Sang-sun이 the giraffe, who holds the Guinness Book record for her fertility, having given birth 18 times so far.
많이 먹고 예쁜 애기 낳아야 돼.
The zookeepers prepared the meal to express their wishes of fertility and health for the animals. These cheetah triplets were the first to be born naturally in Korea last June.
얘들아, 송편 먹자.
The cubs have grown noticeably over the past 3 months. They received traditional Chuseok cakes called songpyeon as a gift. The zookeepers made the cakes with meat exclusively for the trio, who just recently started to eat grown-up food.
한가위를 맞이해서 특별한 송편을 준비했어요. 닭고기랑 소고기랑 그리고 또 영양 만점인 어떤 간식들을 지금 준비를 했습니다.
As for chimpanzees, their favorite treat is fruit. The animals stuff themselves with fresh apples and tropical delicacies. Fennec foxes receive traditional good luck bags for Chuseok. The bags are filled with a high-protein snack of crickets, which are essential for maintaining the fox's health during seasonal changes. Animals in zoos around Korea are celebrating this year's rich harvest along with their human keepers.
Local public corporations have been fighting to operate golf resorts or saunas, businesses that are more suitable for private operators. But now the government has decided to privatize these businesses that have little to do with public good and have high likelihood of infringing on the private sector.
This is a beer brand marketed 2 years ago by the Jeju Self-Governing Province Development Corporation. It's home-crafted beer made with barley and underground water from Jeju Island. But this local public corporation came under fire for participating in the liquor business and deterring smaller companies from entering the field. So 16 public corporations and 23 businesses that have little to do with public good and are highly likely to infringe on the private sector will be transferred over to private operators. Those projects include the Jeonju World Cup Golf Course, Odong Golf Club Range, Andong Hakkasan Hot Spa, Jeju Beer Project, Songdo Bridge Hotel, and Shinggil Bathhouse. These public corporations must set up detailed transfer plans by next month and begin handing over their businesses to private companies starting next year. The Ministry of the Interior will also review privatizing 9 businesses, including toy rental and post-childbirth care centers, before deciding on whether to turn them over to private companies. The reform of local public corporations have certainly sped up, judging from the all-out push to integrate and shut down local corporations, adjust their functions, and transfer their businesses to the private sector.
The development of next-generation KF-X fighters, which were expected to play a pivotal role in protecting Korea's skies, could be canceled even before the project's launch. The military and the Defense Acquisition Program Administration have come under fire for neglecting their duties carrying out the project.
The military backed out of its earlier promise to complete the development of Korean fighter jets by 2025. The new stance is that it cannot guarantee the jet's production because the U.S. is refusing to transfer the core technologies. The Defense Acquisition Program Administration, which mistakenly thought that the U.S. government had approved the technology transfer, is no longer even in a position to hold anyone responsible for contract violation. The administration belatedly decided to develop ASA radars on its own and collaborate with European companies in developing other technologies. However, it's been found that there are difficulties in directly applying European manufacturers' technologies to the U.S. system. Concerns are rising over the potential gaps in combat readiness that the nation's Air Force could suffer. Even if the F-35A and in-flight tankers are deployed as scheduled in 2018 due to the gradual retirement of the F-4 and F-5 fighters, the Air Force will face a shortage of some 100 fighters in 2025. Some critics even say that the methods and strategies of the KFX project must be reconsidered from scratch.
The first statues of Buddha were made in India about 2,000 years ago. Leading Buddha statues from this period and all the way to Korea's Three Kingdoms era have been gathered at a large exhibition in Seoul. Take a look.
The two seated Buddha statues from the Three Kingdoms era placed side by side are known as gilt bronze Maitreya in meditation. The Buddha with the fancy crown faces down with his eyes closed and his face showing a soft smile. The other Buddha with a simpler crown has a more solemn look to his eyes with his mouth tips raised upward. These two Buddha statues are regarded as masterpieces in Buddhist art as it represents both the omnipotent God and the agonizing human.
방가사의상에는 인간적인 모습과 신의 모습이 동시에 들어가 있기 때문에 아주 친밀하게 중생들에게 다가갈 수 있는 그런 상이었다고 생각합니다.
Buddhist statues made in India 2,000 years ago had faces of Western features due to Greek and Roman influences. But as the sculptures reached China and Japan, the faces slowly adopted more Asian features. In the latest exhibition, some 200 Buddhist sculptures from 7 countries, including India, China, the U.S., and the UK, are on display. The exhibit, showcasing the birth and evolution of the statues of Buddha, continues through November 15th.
Kim Jun-soo, a member of the trio boy band JYJ, will hold a solo concert in Korea. Meanwhile, actress Kim Han-eul has acknowledged that she's in a relationship. This and more in our Culture News Roundup.
Kim Jun-soo, a member of the idol group JYJ, who earlier announced plans for a comeback as a solo artist, has finalized a concert schedule. Kim's management agency said that he will hold solo concerts in Seoul on November 7th and 8th. Kim has been performing under the name Sia Jun-soo. Kim will also embark on an Asian tour starting in Yokohama, Japan next month, with a new album slated for release before the concerts. Kim Han-eul, a popular performer in TV dramas, film, and even entertainment shows on TV, is in love. Kim's management agency acknowledged that she is in a relationship with a businessman 1 year her junior, but denied any specific wedding plans so far. Kim is currently filming a new movie with director Kim Tae-yong titled Schoolmistress. Pop star Usher has married his girlfriend of 6 years, Grace Miguel, who is also his manager and 8 years his senior. A U.S. media outlet reported their marriage, saying that Miguel posted on her social media site a picture of Usher wearing his wedding band.
Autumn is in full swing here in Korea. The weather these days is perfect for hiking on mountain trails across the nation and enjoying the fall scenery. Here's more on the best hiking trails in Korea.
It takes about 40 minutes to reach the pristine Jambong Island by boat from Yeongjong Island. Jambong Island is known for its nice hiking trail stretching along the coast. Created in 2013, the trail has become a major tourist attraction.
땅 뚫리고 별도 많고 섬 몽우리도 많고.
Piles of rocks that have formed here over a long period of time surround the coast like a folding screen.
만들려 해도 만들 수가 없는 거예요. 그죠? 이 자연 그대로잖아요. 그죠? 너무 멋있어요.
The island's wetlands are open to tourists for around 4 hours a day.
여기 장봉도는요, 경치도 좋고 이렇게 조개 체험도 할 수 있어서 참 좋은 것 같아요.
A walk from the wetlands will lead you to the Gamakmori Observatory on the west end of the island.
계속 쭉 완만하면 재미가 없는데 오르락 내리락 하니까 그 재미가 더 있는 것 같아요.
The Mulsori Trail in Yampyeong is easy to hike even for beginners. Phyton sides emitted by lush needle fir trees help relieve daily stress and heal hikers mentally and physically.
어우, 비 받아야지.
After a stroll in the needle fir woods, you will come across an uphill trail and a mineral water spring of Mount Buyong. The final leg of this hiking route is Yongmun Temple. This serene temple will help you forget about the mundane and cleanse your soul to regain peace and calm.
지친 일상 그런 걸 이제 달래러 이렇게 산도 있고 공기도 좋은데 이제 엄마랑 같이 와서 너무 행복하고 좋았어요.
Hanul Park in Seoul, which is translated as Sky Park because it's located on top of a hill, transforms into a haven of silver grass every autumn. The trails stretching along the silver grass are popular among families and couples who come here for walks.
이렇게 좋은 날씨에 이렇게 산책도 하고 노을도 보고 볼 수 있어서 정말 좋은 것 같고.
With so many scenic trails in Korea, you can enjoy the autumn foliage season with your loved ones and recharge your energy.
And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again after the Chuseok Thanksgiving holiday next Wednesday. From all of us at News Today, happy Chuseok. Goodbye.